Hey Todd, my name is Alex Gerchinoff. I'm from Forest, Virginia. So my biggest problems that I face when it comes to streaming services is that I have an account with Hulu and Netflix, but now there are other things such as like Peacock and Prime TV, and everyone having their own exclusives just makes it so that the consumer needs to now have many different streaming platforms that all bill monthly, and you don't necessarily own any of the content. So for all of these exclusives, you first have to either buy or get the free trial for the streaming service of the show that you're trying to watch. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good show. And just the fact that you're not paying for the film or the show itself, but you're instead paying for a license to use it, means if you watch it and it's horrible, then you're trapped in this, at least for 1 month, right? You're trapped in a 1 month binding agreement. However, most people, myself included, tend to forget, especially about the streaming services that give you a free trial to start with. And I've kind of found myself realizing that I think that the free trial that all of these types of streaming services offer is really just a way to hook you in. And some of these websites, specifically and especially Amazon, make it really hard to either unsubscribe or stop one of these types of subscriptions, like Amazon Prime or Prime Video specifically. But I guess more to the question of finding shows when you have the streaming service, there's so much content on things. I'll just use Netflix. There's so much content on Netflix, and they make so many new shows, and they change their content every month, so you don't know what's going to be there when you come back. So pretty much there's just a cycling of stuff that no one really ends up watching, and it really muddies up the amount of content that these places have. Like when Netflix lost The Office, what do they have to replace it? Just a bunch of original ideas, and not all of them hit. Even if some of them are good, like, I don't know, Big Mouth was decent. That was a couple of years ago. Even if they're good, it's still really difficult to find the good things among all the mess. So to put it all in summary, my biggest problem with streaming services is free trial and billing and making it hard to unsubscribe, and also that they oftentimes try to have too many original IPs instead of just having stuff people want to watch. Anyway, there you go. Thank you.
My biggest problem with streaming services is when you look up things on certain sites, as in like Hulu, Disney Plus, they come up with a lot of content that you have to either A, pay for an add-on for, or B, isn't on there yet because they're waiting to put it on for a few months. Another thing I've noticed with like Netflix is it'll promote a lot of content that's not on there. Like I'll go to look up, let's use Donnie Darko as an example. I want to watch it, see if it's on Netflix, and it comes up on the search bar, and it's like, yeah, we have this. Then you click it, and it's not on there. That's probably my biggest problems with streaming services. But
I just can literally never figure out whether or not the thing that my roommates and I actually want to watch is on Netflix or Hulu, because those are the two big ones that a lot of popular stuff gets put on. And also there's things that you want to watch that should in theory be on Netflix, and then it's not, and then you check everything else and you can't figure out where it is, even though somebody streamed it legitimately recently, and then you're just like, where did it go?